Let's jump right into this explainer. Today we're embarking on an incredible ascent, rising up from the heavy, often overwhelming anxieties of our modern world straight into the cosmic heights of ancient, majestic praise. You know, we live in this age of constant complaining, right? Daily frustrations can so easily cloud our entire perspective. But what if there was an ancient, 1,600-year-old antidote to all that negativity? We're going to explore a profound shift in mindset by diving into one of history's absolute greatest hymns, the Te Deum, the Anthem of the Angels.
Have you ever actually felt the weight of the night? Think about that completely universal human experience. Those moments when the world finally goes quiet. Ancient texts remind us that this silence often holds secrets. And it's precisely in that stillness where the roaring lion of our anxieties really begins to prowl. When we gather our thoughts at the end of the day, we're so often hit with our vulnerabilities and the invisible mental battles we face in the dark.
Now, there is a totally stark contrast between our current state and a much higher ideal. Look at our earthly condition. It's so often defined by complaining, earthly corruption, and just the sheer weight of our daily struggles. But compare that to what philosopher and theologian St. Augustine famously described as the angelic condition. These super celestial peoples serve without a single complaint. They exist in a state of eternal praise. Bridging that massive gap between our complaining and their praise is exactly what we're going to unpack today.
And that brings us right to a legendary, ancient hymn of praise known as the Te Deum. For centuries, this hasn't just been some song. It's been a powerful tool used during the absolute most solemn moments of human history to invoke the protection of angels and to seek the spiritual light of Christ. It was literally designed to pull people out of their earthly misery and orient them towards something infinitely larger than themselves.
This profound shift is captured absolutely perfectly in Selah's wisdom with the phrase, Te Deum laudamus, Te Dominum confedamur, which translates beautifully to, "We praise thee, O God, we acknowledge thee to be the Lord." Finding profound gratitude in this single ancient phrase is really the contemporary hook for our modern lives. When you finally acknowledge a majesty that is so much greater than your immediate surroundings, it completely reframes your reality.
When this legendary chant is sung, especially in the stillness of the night, it acts as a literal shield. The real power of this anthem lies in its ability to completely overcome that roaring lion of anxiety we talked about earlier. It invokes angelic protection, brings serious strength to our inner battles, and guides us deep into the mystery of God's presence. It's an echo of faith that has reverberated through hundreds of years, bringing a deep rhythm of peace to anyone who recites it.
So, let's move right into part one, the invisible choirs.
What we're looking at here are historical liturgical texts and ancient musical notations representing the actual sheet music of centuries past. They visually map out the Gregorian chants of these invisible choirs. This isn't just some abstract philosophy, you know? It was a highly structured musical tradition intentionally designed to mirror the harmony of the heavens right here on Earth. Just imagine the sheer, staggering volume of it. Thousands of archangels and 10,000s of angels stand before you, cherubim and seraphim. The texts describe an incomprehensible number of beings praising without ever ceasing. When you chant the Te Deum, the entire idea is that you aren't singing alone. You're actually plugging directly into this massive, invisible, eternal chorus. It gives a highly tangible anchor to an entirely invisible reality. And look at how St. Augustine describes these beings. He points out that they're immortal, kept completely free from earthly corruption. They don't even need to look up at the sky or read words on a physical page to understand truth. As Augustine so poetically puts it, their book is never closed. They read the eternal will directly. They represent this state of perfect clarity and joy, completely untainted by the petty complaints and confusion that tend to define our daily lives.
Which leads us perfectly into part two, shrinking our worldly problems. Let's bring this back down to earth.
Acknowledging that sheer majesty we just talked about dramatically shrinks the scale of our worldly complaints. Think about it. When you take a moment to align yourself with this magnificent, cosmic scale of eternal praise, literally 10,000s of angels singing in perfect harmony, that frustrating email you got this morning, or the terrible traffic you sat in, it suddenly feels incredibly small, doesn't it? It's the ultimate exercise in profound perspective shifting.
Consider this absolutely beautiful philosophical realization from St. Augustine. He points out a truly fascinating piece of logic. Up in heaven, among the angels, there's absolute unclouded truth. But there's no need for mercy. Why? Because there is literally zero misery among the angels. Mercy is only required where there is misery. Therefore, divine mercy is a specific, incredible gift given to us humans right here on Earth, designed intentionally to lift us up out of our complaining state so we can actually partake in that angelic truth.
And that, my friends, brings us to the ultimate choice we face every single day. When we juxtapose the earthly weight of the night, that roaring lion of anxiety, against the shining clouds of the cherubim and seraphim praising eternally, we realize we have agency. We have a choice in where we focus our minds. We can either let the weight completely crush us, or we can use the spirit of the Te Deum to lift our gaze and elevate our entire mindset.
So, knowing the majestic scale of those invisible choirs and knowing just how small our daily frustrations truly are in comparison, here's my question for you. Will you replace tomorrow's first complaint with a moment of profound gratitude? The next time you feel the heavy weight of the night, I want you to remember the anthem of the angels. Let it completely change the way you see your world.